Hello everyone, it's Nasaria and I'm back again to talk to you about the anniversary celebration event, which this year is going to be the Legacy of the Bretons. This is going to be my event guide to everything about the event as we set sail for the sisters and get ready for all of the High Isle DLC goodies. Make sure to watch the entire video so you know all the details of the event, how you can earn rewards, and how you can earn your event tickets every single day. As always, if you subscribe to my channel and like this video, that really helps me make more videos just like this, and I would appreciate the support. And with that, let's get started. First things first are the event basics. This event is going to kick off on Thursday, November 21st at 10 a.m. Eastern, and will run until Tuesday, December 3rd, also at 10 a.m. Eastern. There's going to be a variety of bonus awards as we adventure around the Sisters Archipelago and revisit the High Isle and Galen DLCs. We're going to be able to get reward boxes, event tickets, an increased drop from the daily quest, dungeons, Tales of Tribute matches, volcanic vents, resource nodes, and both world bosses and delves within the High Isle and Galen zones. Now, something to note here, you do have to own the High Isle, the Ascending Tide, the Lost Steps, or the Firesong DLCs in order to participate in this event. You can get these via the ESO Plus memberships or purchase them for crowns in the in-game crown store. Now on to the rewards. So what rewards can we get during this event? Well, each day you can earn a glorious reward box once per day, each time you complete your first daily quest in either the High Isle or Galen zones, or the trial quest in Dreadsail Reef. You can also obtain an additional glorious reward box once per day by slaying and looting the final boss of any Ascending Tide or Lost Step dungeon, or the final boss in the Dreadsail Reef trial. So pretty cool. It sounds like we're going to have two ways to get the gold boxes during this event, which is really cool. Typically you can only get one gold box per day, but if you complete both of those conditions I just said, it sounds like we can get two. Now, the glorious reward boxes may contain the following items. You can get random crafting materials, a fine or superior rarity sellable treasure, one of the following Legacy of the Bretons motif style items. If the box was found in Overland, you can get the Sarabanic Marine, the Sisters Guardian, the Steadfast Society, the Ancestral Breton, House Mornard, or the Firesong motif. If you found the box in a dungeon, you can get the Ascendant Order, the Dreadsails, Ifra's Will, or the Drowned Mariner motif pages. You can get a fine, superior, or epic rarity Legacy of the Bretons Overland set item. A dungeon set item will be given instead if you obtain the reward box in a dungeon, companion gear, and one of the following drops. Legacy of the Bretons furnishing recipes, Legacy of the Bretons treasure maps or survey reports, motif chapters, which are the same as the ones I just mentioned, and last but not least, a chance for a style page for the new Legacy of the Drafe armor style. This is going to be the new armor style that's released for this event this year, and it looks pretty cool, so I think it's going to be exciting to get these pages. Now, once you've obtained your gold box once per day, you can also collect more common regular reward boxes, which offer a small chance to obtain the same rewards by participating in the following activities: slaying delve and world bosses in the High Isle and Galen zones, defeating Ascending Tide and Lost Steps dungeon bosses, clearing volcanic vents, slaying basic enemies, opening treasure chests, opening safe boxes, looting objects such as barrel crates, etc., looting Sigic portals, cracking open thieves' troves, harvesting crafting resource nodes, and pickpocketing. Typically, you will also get boxes from defeating bosses in the trial that are not the final boss, but this wasn't listed under the regular reward boxes list, so it could have just been a typo, but it could be intentional, so just keep that in mind if you're doing trials during this event. In addition to these reward boxes, you can also acquire bonus loot during the festivities. You can get them from the following sources. There's going to be increased drops from harvest nodes, but this does not include fishing or creature drops such as leather. Double regular reward boxes for High Isle and Galen Zone daily quests and trial weekly quests. Double Tales of Tribute daily quest reward boxes. Additional loot dropped from the High Isle and Galen world bosses, public dungeon bosses, delve bosses, as well as volcanic mini-vents, but it does not apply to the mini-bosses there. An additional loot dropped from the Legacy of Bretons trial and dungeon bosses. So this is huge. That means if you haven't sticker booked out the dungeons found here or the Dreadsail Reef trial, you're going to be able to get double loot during this event, and finish that sticker book much easier. You're also going to get double coffer drops from all the daily quests there, which is really nice as they contain some of the loot and motifs that are going to be dropping from the boxes as well. So I'm really excited for this event. I think it's going to be a great chance to revisit High Isle, do the daily quests, and finish out some of the sticker book items that we haven't yet completed. Now let's talk about event tickets. So throughout the duration of Legacy of Bretons Celebration, you can earn 2 event tickets per day for completing the first of the following activities: the Daily Delve, World Boss, and Incursion Quests in High Isle, or Galen, the weekly Trial Quests and Dread Cell Brief, killing and looting the final bosses in either Ascending Tide or Lost Depths dungeons, and Tales of Tribute Daily Quests, PvP or PvE. So this means you can get a total of 26 tickets by the end of the event. Keep in mind that you can only carry 12 tickets at a time, so if you collect any further while they're at the cap, you will just need to pick up another quest and complete them to get your tickets. So keep an eye out, make sure you're spending your tickets with the Impressario so that you don't have too many. Speaking of the Impressario, here's what she will have in stock during the event. She will have all 3 Molag Bal Illusion Imp pet fragments, the Anchor Chain fragment, the Dark Anchor Pinion, and the Effigy of the Dominator. 3 fragments for the 5 companions' home. She will have Lyris Titanborn's key, Varen Aquilaros keys, and for the first time we'll be able to get Abner Tharn's key. And these are 3 of the 5 keys needed for the 5 companions' home, which we will be able to complete once the New Life Festival happens later in December. You can also get the bound style pages for the Legacy of the Drafe style, Impresario group repair kits, and Companion Guild commendations. And the Companion Guild commendations might be more enticing since we just had 2 new companions drop in Update 44, so make sure to check that out and get them while the event's going on if you're interested in those. Additionally, the Impresario's assistant, Phileas Dormier, is restocking their shop with these valuable goodies in exchange for event tickets. You can get the Unstable Morthalith fragments, which are the Dead Lens Flint, the Rune Etch Striker, the Smoldering Bloodgrass Tinder, the Soulfire Dragon Illusion fragments, which are the Hallowed Hourglass Basin, Illuminator Dragon Skull, and Kvetchian Incense, the Dagonic Quasigriff fragments, which are the Smoke Wreathed Griffin Feather, the Black Iron Bit and Bridle, and the Black Iron Stirrups. And last but not least, the Daggerfall Paladin fragments, which are the Blessed Rubidite Metal Enamel, Captured Dragon Flame, and Sanctified Metalworking Tools. As always, you can visit the Indrik vendor and spend your tickets there as well. You can purchase all 4 of the Nastic Indrik feathers, and she will also have the Pure Snow Indrik berries, the Crimson Indrik berries, the Frostleg Indrik pet, and the Rosethorn Indrik pet. I, for one, am very excited about these rewards. I really want to get the House of the 5 Companions, so I'm definitely going to be buying Abner Tharn's key. Got the other 2 keys during the last event, but if you didn't pick them up, you can still pick them up during this event as well. Now let's talk about how to farm the event. I think this is going to depend, per usual, on what you're looking to get out of this event. If you're trying to make the most amount of gold, then I think your best bet is to just go around harvesting resources, as they will provide double drops. So it's a really great way to either fill back up if you're missing ingredients for yourself, or if you're looking to sell, you can go around looting the ingredients. You might have a chance to get a box or 2 as well as you're doing this. Now another really great way to make gold is to just farm for the amount of boxes, as many of the motifs still sell for a decent amount of gold, although I would sell them towards the beginning of the event because by the end of the event they're probably going to go down in value. So if you're interested in selling motifs, make sure you list them right away or try to sell them in zone chat if a guild trader is not your thing. Now the best way to get the most amount of boxes for this event is going to be running the volcanic vents as they go around High Isle and Galen. These are very similar to the other incursions found in other areas, such as the Dark Anchors, the Miramore Mosaics, etc. So as soon as one goes down, the next one will pop up and you can travel around and usually get to them fairly quickly, although some are better located than others. There's going to be a ton of players running these during the event, so you have no problem completing them, and you should have enough time to get there, even if you're on a slow amount. So I think this is going to be beginner friendly as well. This is a great chance to get some of those treasures, some of the Fire Song motif pages, and your boxes. I think farming the world bosses in the zone is also going to be a great way to get boxes if you're tired of running the vents and want to try something new. This is also going to be a great way to get some gear if you're missing gear for your sticker book in either Galen or High Isle, so another bonus there as well. Now I think the biggest part about the event that I'm most excited for is the chance to fill up my sticker books in Dreadcell Reef and the 4 dungeons that came along with this DLC. Those dungeons are Coral Airy, Shipwright's Regret, Graven Deep, and Earthenroot Enclave. These are are also the dungeons where you can get your gold box once per day. So I think it's going to be beneficial to try and get those 2 gold boxes and then pick what you would like to farm. Now, I don't have very much gear out of the dungeons, so I'm definitely going to be hitting those up. And some of the gear is still really good. Nazarays from Shipwright's Regret is a really good tank and healer monster set. Turning Tide is a great tanking set as well. So there's a lot of good reasons to get in here and get your gear. Whirl of Depths also comes out of Dreadsail Reef, which is a great DPS set. So plenty of gear to want to get here. The best part about this is that there's going to be double drops in both the dungeons and the trials. And even though you can only get your trial coffer once per week, this is still really beneficial because you're going to get double the amount of loot from these coffers. Now, this is per character, so if you want to take a different character in, you can get a coffer on each of your characters once per week. This is definitely something that I'm looking forward to farming, and I think a lot of people are going to want to fill out their sticker books. This event is definitely the time to do that. You can also get motifs and boxes from farming the dungeons and trials, so I think this is a really well-rounded way to get loot for the event while also filling your sticker book up. Now, again, I think daily rewards are also going to be a great way to farm this event as well. Don't sleep on your dailies. It's also going to be a great way to get your gold box once per day. And there are some good rewards that come out of the dailies as well. So you can get furnishing plans from these. So if you're not getting something out of your coffer that you're looking for, the dailies will drop some of the motifs as well as the furnishing plans and gear from the zone. So it's a pretty well-rounded way to get your boxes as well as some extra goodies. And you're going to be doing the volcanic vents, a world boss, and a delve. So 2 of those are really good ways to farm for boxes anyway. So you're really just getting bonus loot in addition to something you'd be farming anyway. So make sure to pick up your dailies before you head out to farm and then turn them in so that you can pick them up the next day. You can also share dailies in the zone, so that's a lot of dailies to get some extra gear and bonus loot. Last but not least, I think this is a great reason to revisit Tales of Tribute and get back into the card game. If you weren't aware, The Elder Scrolls Online does have a card game, and it is Tales of Tribute. It's a pretty fun game. It reminds me of Dominion, so if you ever played that board game, you'll probably like Tales of Tribute. Now, it can be a little tricky to get into the game, so if you want to start with PvE, that's a bit easier than PvP, although PvP can give you some better rewards if you win continuous matches. There have been some new decks released since the High Isle DLC came out, so if you have some new patrons, it might be fun to play with some new decks and check those out as well. You can get some reward boxes from your coffers, so this could be a great way to get back into the Tales of Tribute game and earn some event rewards while doing it. That's all I have for you guys in this video. I hope you're super excited for the Legacy of the Bretons event and to revisit High Isle. I think it's a really beautiful zone, and if you haven't completed the main story here, this is another great option to come back, revisit the story, and find out what the Ascendant Order is trying to do in High Isle and Galen. I really enjoyed the storyline here, so check it out. And on top of that, you're going to be getting some great rewards, so I'm pretty excited for this event to round out the year in terms of the Legacy event. Thank you so much for watching this video. I also want to give a shout out to my members. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. It helps me keep making videos just like this. You can also subscribe to my channel, that's super helpful, and like the video. I really appreciate any and all support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.